Hey team, it's Woodsy Man. I'm back from my holes and we're going to continue on with the weird little sofa table. It goes around the corner of a sofa. Over there I've got the top with the bit of epoxy work on it. That's now cured because it's been a week. I'm back from my holes. So that's good. So we've got that bit's done. These bits are the short and long slats. These bits are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 legs. So now it's just these pieces and those long pieces, and they are mirrored up under the table. Okay, so the cutting list is here. So I've got to do A, B, C and D basically. So I'm going to mark those out on that board there and get them cut and then get them put on the iron hall planer thicknesser and get them cut to size. So I'm going to go ahead and crack on with that. So let's pop you on the old time lapse and I'll see you at the other side. Okay, so I have marked them out best I can. So I've given myself an extra inch on the length and I've given myself a 1/4 inch cutting room. So that is the actual dimension of the piece, that's the actual width, but obviously I've got to cut these out and then get them flat. Also this board is quite bowed, but as long as they're all the same, it doesn't matter if they're a little bit off, you know, as in like they're not exactly an inch thick, or you know, as long as they're all the same, it doesn't matter. So now I've got to cut all this out, right? So here's the result. Nice, straight, smooth, regular pieces. Still with that sniping issue. So the ends are all tapered. Still don't quite know how to avoid that. You know, sometimes I get it. Look, that's okay, I think. Maybe not. I think they're okay, especially as I'm going to trim each end, take some of that taper out, and then turn it into tenons for mortise and tenon joints. So I think most of the snipe action is going to disappear into, well, yeah, I only cut them 1 inch long. Maybe in future I need to cut them like 2 inches long. But it's all part of the learning process, isn't it? So yeah. So for these smallest pieces, they are 7 inches plus the tenons. So if I say 1/2 inch of tenon on either side, I need 8 inches, right? So it's 7 plus 1/2 inch. Now is 1/2 inch too much for a tenon? Just looking at that there. It's quite a big tenon on quite a small. Also, of course, these legs aren't very wide anymore. So if I go 1/2 inch in, that's almost all the way through the leg, and you've got pieces coming in from both sides. So 1/4 inch tenons. It's got to be, hasn't it? So actually it's 7.5 I need. And what I want to do is take off these. Remember when I had sniping here? It gets a bit narrow there. So I want to take off as much of that as possible. So actually 7.5. I'm going to mark those up as 7.5. So let me just clear this out. 7.5 with 1/4 inch tenons. So the reason you use a marking knife is because a pencil is not accurate enough. So what I need to do first of all is just find 90 degrees on all of these. Line them up. And I'm going to mark 90 degrees. So then I want 7.5 coming off there. So I'll go over. Can you see that? So 7.5 from there. That gives me 2. Two 1/4 inch tenons then on either end. Just putting the marks in. And then I can take my square. I can just mark each of these up. Put your knife in first, butt your square up. Make your pass. That one's done. The great thing about using a marking knife, you see, is you can literally slide it along until it clicks in. So it's super accurate. There's a guy on YouTube called Paul Sellers who teaches all these techniques. Do look him up. If I sound like I know what I'm talking about, it's because I've watched a video from Paul Sellers. Also, I've watched one from a guy called Wood by Wright with a W, W-R-I-G-H-T. So he's another good guy. That's a really rough bit there, but I may decide later on that I have to remake some of these, you know. Right, so those are my ends, so I shall cut those to length now, okay? See if that's 90. Yeah, it looks good to me. I'm referencing off this face now, so lay my chisel on there. Still plenty of room for error, but then I can come down there. Yeah, a little undercut there as well. So that is already better than that one. So that's 2 done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 2 done. 24 more to do. I'll see you on the other side of that. It might be days from now. I'll be wearing different clothes, my hair will be longer, my beard will be big and bushy. Alright, so anyway. Tenons cut. See you in the next one.